watching people keep disappearing.
After this Friday, you will.
Look out!
From best-selling author R.L. Stine
He's a werewolf.
comes a brand new primetime special, Goosebumps of the Werewolf of Fever Swamp, Friday at 8, 7 Central.
Dogs, they're coming. They're coming your way. They'll be here soon.
Hey, they're the dog people, aren't they?
Welcome, everybody, to this, the meeting of the Midnight Society. Tonight, I will tell you the tale of the podcast of horrors. Everywhere they look, it turns into a dog movie. An episode of TV that was previously not. Now it's a dog episode. A movie about a werewolf, supposedly. Also has a fucking dog for no reason. I didn't know it was in there. What is happening? It's so scary.
And the twist of all of it is, any movie that shows a dog has no dogs. Welcome to Rough Cuts, everybody. We did it! We did the intro. I made it. Okay.
We're in a living hell of our own creation.
Hooray! Thank you. Are You Afraid of the Dark? Hi, this is our podcast, Rough Cuts. It's about good boys in bad movies, and what we mean by that is that we watch a bad dog movie, or in this case, something a little different, and then immediately talk about it. Like, we take like a 5-minute break and then immediately jump into these. So we just watched, in this one, we had the Battle of North America. We had Goosebumps versus Are You Afraid of the Dark?
Both of these shows were airing at the same time. Eventually.
Yes, yeah. Are You Afraid of the Dark was first.
It was.
Canada
yes.
was first on the scene.
I think the episode we watched was technically season 6 of Are You Afraid of the Dark? So it would have been about 98, near the end of the series.
And the Werewolf of Fever Swamp was an earlier episode, so...
Of Goosebumps. Yeah,
of the
but that
Goosebumps
also
show.
ended in 98, so we'll say it's close
similar.
enough.
Yeah, no, they were both, they both early and mid-90s kind of thing.
I remember watching these. I remember reading the Goosebumps books as a kid because they were scholastic.
Yeah.
You looked forward to going to a scholastic book fair as a kid.
I got all the Calvin and Hobbes books from them, so...
I never had money. My choice of scholastic book was not eating lunch that day or getting a cool Goosebumps book. So I, of course, got the cool Goosebumps
You
book.
got the good Goosebumps books, yeah. That's the way to do it.
Which, not the best, but hey. But that said, I look forward to those. I used to have a bunch of these books. I had some Animorphs too. We talked about Animorphs in a previous episode. I think having horror that is appropriate for kids is cool as hell because it introduces them into a genre that otherwise parents are like, oh, we have to protect our kids. They can't see anything scary. They can't see anything that might, make them, I don't know, like what are parents even scared of? That a spooky monster is going to jump out in real life? Like, what are they talking about?
I'm a little bit on the whole, like, side of somebody. Some ones that I always think of for stuff like this is Kurt Vonnegut famously had the Slaughterhouse-Five was getting taken out of schools and even burned back in the day, and he was like, because in the book it's about World War II and he has a tank gunner at one point. Some gunners looking up over a ridge and looking at a tank, and the one guy grabs the other guy and drags him down because they're like, you're gonna get seen. He goes, get down, you dumb motherfucker. And he goes, if you can't deal with bad words, how are you gonna deal with bad things in life? Like,
right.
if you can't even say the bad word, he's like, it's not like this is, gratuitous. These are people dying in trenches in a war. Like, of course they're going to say the bad word. Like, how can you handle life? And I mean, it's a little bit of a part of that. Like, it's a part of growing up, of starting to realize, like, the horrors of the real world. Thanks, Are You Afraid of the Dark?
It's true. I think the other funny thing is, so when I was 7,
cool.
I bought a copy of RoboCop on VHS
Oh,
at my
God,
local
yeah,
Walmart
yep.
that they let me buy without parental supervision. And then I just went home and immediately watched RoboCop. It was like, holy fuck!
Okay, so we need a gradation between those kinds of things.
No, because that set me up for success as a weird little freak that likes horror movies. You don't understand.
Okay, maybe we don't. Fair enough. If you would like your child to end up like Boyks, just let them watch RoboCop when they're far too young.
It worked for me. I don't. But it's funny because at the beginning, we watched Goosebumps first because I have a VHS tape for that. I bought it at a local antique mall, which is where VHSs come
That's where
from
VHSs
nowadays.
live. Yeah, yeah. As antiques.
As antiques
This is
for elderly
true,
people.
Yes. Yep.
Most of the
Yeah, all
screaming
checks
I did
out.
today was from my back hurting. I don't know if you realized this. I wasn't very scared, but I was in a lot of pain.
Yeah, every once in a while I'd shift in my chair and go, ah!
Yeah. And I'm like, oh my god, are you okay, Ilyon? It's like, no, it's fine.
It's scary. Oh god, that
I'm
werewolf. No.
I'm just horribly in pain.
Yeah, no, sorry. Just my back acting up.
But okay, so we watched that one first.
Yes.
It has a fun little intro.
It's the
R.L.
werewolf
Stein.
of Fever Swamp. Was the
Fever
episode that
Swamp.
we
Yeah,
watched.
so this was a television series,
Mhm.
which means that this movie, this primetime movie of 45 minutes in length, was two
Yes.
episodes tied together with commercial breaks that were only like kind of obvious at the beginning, and I think they got better about it
They
not
got
being
a
that
lot
obvious
better
later.
on, yeah. I never noticed
Somehow.
them after like the first 3.
Yeah, because it was just so engrossing of an episode somehow.
It was really good. It was
Yeah.
really good. It was like very, very solid.
actually just good. Somehow.
Yeah, if I was like 12 watching that, I'd have been very satisfied.
But I almost get like when they introduced it, so R.L. Stein is there introducing the video.
Yes.
And doing an outro with the video later. And it reminded
very
me of
Alfred
like the
Hitchcock's Presents in a way.
very Alfred Hitchcock. But it reminded me of the memes online about like Junji Ito being like a flowery little like
yeah.
I'm so happy and I love
Ooh,
everything. Look at my
toy."
gross shit I made. and R.L. Stein like
He's such a
introduces the
dad. tape
like, hey, hello, I'm R.L. Stein. Hey, you ready to be scared?
Hi kids. Yeah, he's such a I do
It's
remember
such a
these intros.
juxtaposition.
I do remember these intros of him, and it always did give that vibe of he's just like this. He very the thing that
Yeah.
he reminds me of the most is like a Gene Siskel.
Yeah.
Like he feels very much like that. Like he's just kind of this. He's this dry, like balding 45 to 50 kind of year old, like to 55 kind of year old guy just sitting there, and he's like, hi, hey there, Johnny. I hope you're having a good afternoon. Like he just feels like an uncle or something. Like
yeah,
he's
you want to
just
go out
so-
and throw the ball?
Yeah,
Like,
and
it's like
he's
that
got
guy.
such a vibe that way that it's so funny then to introduce it as like, oh, and here's the sick shit that I made.
Hello, I'm R.L. Stein. I write the Goosebumps books. In a few minutes, you're going to see one of my favorite stories come alive.
It's great. He starts talking about werewolves and like werewolf mythos and hey, there's all this stuff around werewolves. I think it's cool that he actually cares about horror. Like you can
Yes.
tell he's researched it, he's read stories because he can play with those themes in the story to kind of trick you if you know the basics of werewolves. And if you don't as a kid, then that's fine also,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, he does. He has some fun plays on it, like the silver bullets thing was really neat.
Silver bullets was a big thing, yeah. So typically, of course, in werewolf mythos, when you get hit with a silver bullet, nothing fucking happens.
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah, it's a lie.
That's
It's a
actually
lie
true
they
of
made
pretty
up.
much for every werewolf movie
Yeah.
that we've seen, actually.
It's true somehow, but the reason is that it's because it was a lie they made to trick poor people into thinking they couldn't kill werewolves because they couldn't afford silver bullets.
Yeah, then it was
Which
like,
I think is very
it was
funny.
really hard to get silver bullets, so like how are you going to kill them? And so it made them feel invincible. And so
Yeah.
that was a thing
That's
that they
funny.
kind of introduced in this, that he's like, oh, we need to get some silver bullets. Like, oh no, that's bullshit. And that
I
was
think-
pretty good.
this episode is like your standard. We went to a spooky place, in this case, Fever Swamp. Let's tell all the lore. Let's have the monster come out. But it does the werewolf mystery thing also.
Yeah,
where, like,
and it does a decent job of it.
There was a long time through this episode where they introduce all these characters, and we're like, it could be any of them. But
we really, a couple times, tried to guess what the twists were, and we were wrong
on all of them.
We were like constantly wrong, which that might sound like, okay, well, I mean, really, but us, normally you and I, like, we're constantly going and like, okay, well, obviously it's this, and it's always that. Like, we tend to nail that most of the time, and it really did a good job of not being intensely obvious. There were a few things. The old man is like such an obvious plant.
Old man in the woods.
There's crazy old man in the woods, and he's wearing skins, and he's got his Ren Fair crossbow.
His Ren Fair crossbow, because they also did that in Ernest Scared Stupid, which we watched a while back, where they have a guy in the woods. It's always got to be a guy in the woods. But they also intentionally like give him makeup to make him look creepy, give him like fake nails that look like werewolf claw nails.
Yeah, give him really nasty, gross nails, and all.
He's hairy,
but
like,
they
things
also
like that.
Yeah, and then they also do this whole thing where it was this part. I think it could have been done better in that he just like does not talk to the characters. Like, when he actually meets any characters and sees them and stuff,
maybe he was taking poison damage from the swamp, though, right? Like if he was taking poison damage from the swamp, he could just go. Ugh!
Like, but he talks perfect English later. It's ridiculous. That part's absurd. That he just refuses to speak in English until all of a sudden plot demands that he is now able to speak English.
What surprised me, two things surprised me in this episode. So it's like your standard new place, kids move to a new location. There's some weird shit with like the parents and how they're set up for some reason.
Yes.
Because they're scientists.
In a lot of the Goosebumps stories, and this might have been why we both guessed this, because we thought that maybe the dad was the werewolf.
Yes, that would make the most sense, because he's constantly disappearing, he's constantly downplaying it. He's saying, look, I'm a scientist, I don't believe in anything.
And also, like, why did they move to this swamp in the middle of nowhere to study deer?
To study deer they were going to release into the swamp that they have, which are obviously bait for the werewolf.
Yeah, and so you're like, oh, are they hunting a werewolf and they're lying to their kids, or is he a werewolf? Because he's kind of acting suspicious, and I think that we both clued into that too, because, like, you read Goosebumps books, I read Goosebumps books, we watched episodes of it, like, this is something that we grew up with, and that was a really big theme, I think, in a lot of his work, is that the parents ended up being evil
it's
in
always,
some way.
Because as a kid, like, the person
that's
you
scary.
Generally are taught to respect or to believe the most are your parents. That is incorrect in real life, but but as a kid you're like, okay, well, obviously my parents are fine,
and the scariest thing would be is if they're not, like, that's your
if they're not
like, kind of like how in like a modern horror movie, like, being at home, your home is your safety, right? So a lot of movies will play on, oh my god, someone's inside my house, because then your safety is invaded. Like, your actual core safety is destroyed. That illusion that you have in your everyday life of this is where I'm the most safe is suddenly undermined. And it's the same thing with this, right? Making parents scary is taking your basic safety and putting it in jeopardy. And that is a really weird, terrifying situation to find yourself in. So we both guessed that for a really long time. And it's not true at all. The dad's not it. There's nothing.
He's not it somehow.
Dad and mom are totally fine. They have no problems. They never do anything. They're just kind of weird.
Totally fine. They do like killing animals for some reason.
Well, that might have been from the old owner of the house.
Yeah, because there's the taxidermy, but then they also really want to kill this dog they stole.
They really want to get. They don't want to kill it, but they definitely want to get rid of it. They're very. Yeah. That was weird. The dog thing was weird because the dog at one. Okay.
Anyway,
we should start with. So they go to this swamp.
Yes.
And they're out in the middle of nowhere. There's no TV. There's no radio. They don't they're kind of out in the middle of absolute nowhere. The
no
daughter,
computers.
Yeah,
there's no computers. That's the important thing.
The daughter wants to go and meet some friends, but the only way she can do it is by driving the car, and they only have one car. So it's like she feels trapped. He's really stuck there because he's young enough. Like our main character, I can't remember. Grady. Right, Grady.
The sister's name is Emily, and
Yes.
the parents don't get names. They're just Mr. and Mrs.
Yeah, I'm remembering his. I'm remembering his friend in the woods more than his name, but
Will. Yeah.
Will. Yeah.
Yep.
So he's out, and he's like, well, he's really trapped because he's 12, so he can't even drive, and so he's constantly like, well, I wish that I had something to do out here, and they're just totally cut off and alone. But he meets a friend out in the woods named Will.
Mm-hmm.
And he starts hanging out with him, and Will's telling him all these ghost stories about the swamp. Oh, the swamp drags kids down. Oh, if you listen to the full moon, when it's a full moon, you'll hear howling out in the woods.
It's called Fever Swamp because when you're in the swamp, you get a fever.
Yes.
They didn't really think very far about the name after that. They just kind of oh, I don't know, it's Fever Swamp. Or
That's
whatever.
honestly pretty good. That's pretty normal for a lot of things. So I thought that was okay. And it's Fever Swamp, and it makes you crazy. Everybody goes nuts. And they do a good thing there where you were questioning it too, that is the kid maybe going to just have made all of it up? Because everybody starts telling the kid, oh, you're wrong. No,
because nobody has ever seen Will except for the kid Grady, and he's constantly sweating throughout the whole movie. He's
just
caught a fever the night after going in the swamp. So you're like, okay, is he just sick with this swamp fever, or is it something else? Is he a werewolf? What happened?
Things like that are really cool.
Yeah.
And eventually, at one point, the door is left open to their house, and he's wandering around late at night, and something runs through the front door and tackles him and starts attacking him. And it looks like a werewolf, but it's a dog.
It's a cool dog.
It's a cool dog. And that was Vandal, is what he names the dog. But what's wild about it, the part that started us on this tangent, was that later on, a couple nights later, the daughter is out and she sees a bunny, and she's like, "Oh, look, it's a cute bunny!" And she goes up to it and then goes, "Oh my God, it's dead! Oh, it's been mangled!" And they all blamed the dog, which the dad and the mom said, "Okay, you can keep it for now until we go to town and see if it's anybody's, but then it has to stay outside."
We can't bring it inside. We have to.
What? Okay, fine. But they force the dog to stay outside, and then they're mad. They're like, "Oh, that dog killed that bunny. We have to get rid of it. It's a violent dog." It's like, yeah, I mean, a dog would kill a bunny.
Yeah, they didn't.
What does that have to do with?
They didn't put it in a fenced area.
No.
It's just left to roam around the swamp woods.
They didn't even get food for the dog yet, right? Because it was literally
they haven't fed that dog. No,
it was the first night that they had the dog. They don't have any dog food. They didn't show them feeding it, so it's like, well,
maybe one of them uploaded their consciousness to the dog.
We can't go there yet. We cannot go there yet. That is a wildly different story that we cannot touch on yet, and I am excited to touch on it, but we can't do it yet. Shh.
Anyway.
Not yet.
So there's the old guy in the woods that they meet later. Will, by the way, is very funny. I think that kid actor is great.
He was really good.
Because he's like, we don't get many scientists around here up in my swamp.
These pots.
You were saying he's like the old guy in the woods, but he's like 14.
He's the gas station attendant that goes, "Oh, you're going up the Death Road. Death Road's a real scary place. I've seen a lot of teens go up there and disappear." He's that. Dude.
that road's a highway to hell.
Yeah,
you drive on that highway.
He's the highway to hell, dude. Yeah, he's absolutely that. And it was really good.
So at some point, Grady falls down a hill and loses his shoes. So he's digging around in the swamp for it. Will is. And he talks about quicksand in the swamp where some kid died. So at this point, I'm like, okay, is Will a ghost? Did he die in the swamp, but he's not real again? What's happening here?
Well, and because nobody else sees Will. Nobody really raises that up as a problem either, but it's just, you never see Will in another scene with somebody else. So it was like, well, maybe that's what they're setting up. Maybe
But he also mentions that the old man in the woods has been there for 50 or 60 years,
and you're like,
which
how
is
does
true.
he know?
But he also hasn't aged in 50 to 60 years. So he's setting a timeline of that man has always been old.
Yes.
Which is not correct, we find out later.
No. Will is
because
he's
trying to divert.
narrator.
He's diverting attention away from himself being in the woods, which is so cool.
Well, and that was another thing that I was going to raise up about the silver bullet. Like, there's actually a lot of subtlety in this thing that's really cool. Because he's the one that goes, oh, silver bullets, that's bullshit. That werewolves made that up themselves because nobody could afford enough silver to kill them. And so it made them invincible kind of thing. Made them feel invincible. Spoiler. Will ends up being the werewolf.
Because Will's the werewolf.
Will's
He's been
the
lying the whole fucking
but then
time.
you're like, well, wait a minute. Does silver work on werewolves? Like, you don't know because he's not reliable.
Yeah.
He could easily have been bullshitting that whole thing. It's a really neat little... Like, there's lots of little things like that because he's telling all these stories and he's manipulating Grady this whole time. And you never really know. You never know how much of what he's telling is truth and how much isn't. Because also, when he finally does turn, he even is like, I don't want to hurt you, run. Like, I can't control myself. So he's not, he's that traditional werewolf of he's not necessarily a bad guy. He's trying to hold himself back. And so, there's all these layers of subtlety as to whether or not he's doing these things to, like, trick Grady or get him out in the woods or whatever, right?
Yeah. There's a ton of, like, setup and payoff.
Yes.
Also, which is unusual for us.
Mm-hmm.
There's, like, the
especially
quicksand.
in the horror movies. Honestly, most of the horror movies are, like, the worst things that we watch.
But like the quicksand, there's a net later on that the old man catches Grady in, which is used later in the film as a subversion of your expectations of what happens to, like, they think they catch the werewolf, but it's actually a deer because they released the deer in the woods earlier in the film, which is a payoff for the deer coming back. Yeah, like all these little things where I'm like, oh shit.
It interweaves really well. It's a good story. Like there's some holes in it, but
yeah. So anyway, that the lunar eclipse is coming up, which is some shit. It's this shit. I can't believe this shit. Anyway, as the shit happens, aka the lunar eclipse, this bullshit that doesn't exist in real life, I would know. I use science, right? There are things I can't explain, like lunar eclipses. Those aren't real.
Yeah, the parents are really good. They're scientists. They don't believe in anything.
They don't believe. They're literally the lost skeleton and cadaver scientists.
Yeah, they're very. They don't believe any of the stuff happening around them. They don't care.
No, but so the mom is still thinking that Vandal the dog is killing all these animals and has released the deer and killed some deer,
which is an amazing thing to think because they go outside. The dad has been out in
he
the
like
middle
disappeared
of the
from the
night.
film.
Yeah, and like I can't remember what she said. Like he was supposed to like be maybe going to it, like walking to a neighbor's or something. But he's basically just fucked off out in the middle of the woods in like midnight. So he's just gone. And the daughter took the car because that's the only way for them to get to town, and she wanted to hang out with friends. So Grady and the mom are just trapped out in the woods, and there is the deer get released. They hear all this horrible noise, and they see that there's like a deer smashes into the window. Actually, it's a really good jump scare.
It's a good jump scare, yeah.
The deer, like something smashes into the window and is like thrashing against it, and they're like, "Oh my god!" And it's kind of scary. And then they're looking, they're like, "Oh, it's a deer!" And they're like, "Wait, well, what the hell? Why would a deer have been there?" And so they go outside and look. And the fence that has the deer, this big chain link fence, has a massive fucking hole in it. And I mean, like, and it's also at like head height. Like
it's way too big for a dog to have done.
Well, also it's like 4 feet plus in the air. Yeah. Like it's this huge hole in a chain link fence that's 4 feet in the air. And then it cuts the commercial and it comes back and then she's holding this big plank of wood that's part of the fence. and it's got these huge bite marks out of it, and like claw marks on it, and she goes, I can't believe this dog did this. We're gonna have to get rid of this dog.
She's a scientist, not a forensics investigator. All right? She believes in science. Did you see the Garage of Science?
Yes,
it had so much science in it.
It has a lot of science. It has to have been the dog. It's the only explanation. It's the only logical
And
thing.
Vandal has run off.
Couldn't
so
be
she
like
also
a
thinks it's
bear.
still the dog. But as Grady's like talking to her, be like, no, you can't get rid of my dog that we stole from somebody. Somebody owns this dog, but we took it. So he locks the mom in the barn to protect her.
Yes.
Which is great. And then he
It's
goes
really
off into
good.
the woods to go like kill the old man in cold blood to protect the family from the werewolf.
Yes, yeah. He had been caught earlier in a net by the old man. They kind of snuck by his house, and he got caught in a net. And the old guy had him in a net and was just doing at him, which is that's the most ridiculous thing by far in this movie. And then eventually he escapes the pocket knife he had hidden on himself. So
So
no
anyway,
misunderstanding.
as Grady's in the woods trying to kill the old man in cold blood, he's a cold-blooded killer. The sister gets home from her night out and then is wandering around the house, and she wanders into the werewolf and has to run away from him, and then also ends up in the barn with the mom locked in.
And this is where I was starting to be like 100% certain that I'm like, oh yeah, it's definitely
Has
the
to be
dad.
the dad because he
like,
hasn't shown
it's
up
in the house. He hasn't shown up. He's been out all night. Like, now all of a sudden there's the werewolf is in the house here. Like, come on, it's gotta be the dad. It's
in like one of the
obviously
bedrooms too, through the window.
Yes.
Like it's clearly the dad climbed in through the window.
It's not the dad.
And it cuts to the barn getting attacked by the werewolf, and you see the werewolf just twerking on the roof.
He's just serving it.
Terrifying. It's fucking terrifying, I tell you.
Serving dominance is what they call it.
And then he sees
werewolves getting
sees Grady running into the woods, and he goes after him. And then a tiny net appears, which was earlier set up that caught Grady, and it catches what we think is the werewolf, but it's a deer. And then the werewolf fucking kills the old man. This is a slasher movie for kids. It's a slasher movie.
That was the part that surprised me the most. I went, holy shit, there's an actual death. Like, because he's gone. They don't show him being murdered. But
the old man had been in the woods for 50 years because the werewolf killed his wife and his kids. So now I'm like, okay, is Will one of the kids? Was he a ghost of the kids still? Because I still don't know if he's the werewolf.
Yeah.
I still think it's the dad. And I think Will was the old man's kid, but he also killed everybody.
Maybe. It could be. It definitely would make sense.
It's still a little ambiguous.
Yeah, they leave it up to you for sure. I like that they have a really good kind of scare there in a moment where it's a great scene of the old man. Like, he's like, grabs Grady and kind of protects him. He's like, oh, I got it. I got the werewolf. And he's like, oh, you were just trying to catch it the whole time. He's like, yeah, like it killed my wife and kids. And he walks up to the net slowly, and then they go, and it kind of slowly comes into view, and he goes, it's a deer. Run! Like, that's like a great, like, that's such a great reveal, right? And then immediately, like, him getting grabbed and pulled off screen to die and screaming, and you're like, oh, that's a great horror movie moment. Like, that's a really good one.
So as the wolf is about to kill Grady, after we find out it was Will, because Will transforms halfway back as the moon's been covered by a cloud.
Yeah, the traditional thing,
The tradition. He turns back into a wolf, is about to kill Grady, and then Vandal shows up and fucking murders the shit out of that werewolf.
Vandal beats the ever-loving fuck out of this werewolf.
They got the dog to actually like bite an actor's arm, I think, with like the padding and everything, because he was shaking him off of his arm and everything.
And then they have like a big stunt because he rolls down a whole embankment and into the water.
Yeah, it looks great.
It's really good.
But the werewolf falls into the quicksand that we saw earlier in the movie and then drowns and dies. And then it cuts back to Grady and the family all at home, and they're like, wow, I can't believe that was a spooky werewolf. It must have been a regular wolf, because we believe in science.
Yes, the scientist people still don't believe him.
And then it cuts back to a scene with a really cool wolf skull coming out of the fucking swamp.
Yes.
And you're like, oh, fuck yeah.
Yeah, it was great. Yeah, they're like, oh, like the swamp claims another victim kind of thing, and this big skull comes out of it.
So they're still playing with your expectations at the end, though, because then Grady's in bed that night, and it cuts to a close-up of the parents watching over him through the door. You're
And
like, wait.
They're really flat. Like, really flat of affect.
Like, something's wrong.
Yes.
Is the lighting. And you look at them, they're like, wow, I hope he's okay now. Yeah, I think he's over his sickness.
Mm-hmm.
But Grady is still sweating like he's been doing the whole movie.
Yeah.
And he looks at the full moon, and he woos at the moon, but I don't know if that means he's a werewolf or if he caught swamp fever or what. That's the only part I'm confused about.
Well, they leave it really ambiguous. I think that's the point.
Yeah.
Is that they kind of leave it at the end of, like, is he just kind of going, has he gotten the fever? Did he get bitten? Is he actually a werewolf? Because he has a dream, too. Like, he has a nightmare just before that. Yeah. It's
that's true. It was all a dream.
It was all a dream. Because, like, the parents watching over him is actually part of his dream. Like, that creepiness.
It was, yeah.
Because then he wakes, it shows him, like, thrash in bed, and he wakes up as a werewolf. And then it shows him waking up normally, and he's just pouring sweat. But then his eyes go wild, and he howls at the moon. So then it's like,
so was it real or not?
What's real? What isn't? That's it's a good ending. Movie, it's fantastic.
Yeah,
fantastic ending.
And then we get the outro with R.L. Stine being like, "Oh, I hope you weren't too scared, kiddies.
I hope you liked the thing I made.
Oh, good thing werewolves don't exist in real life. Oh, what's this hand I got
he's got
here?
A big cop hand. Oh, it's so goofy. It's very fun, though. It's very fun. I really, really like the vibe of that.
It's good. But that was the Goosebumps episode.
That's the Goosebumps episode. And now I have to apologize on behalf of Canada for Are You Afraid of the Dark?
But why? This episode was great. This was the most terrifying thing we saw all day.
It was. It sucks. I hate it. It's the worst thing ever. Well, that's my point.
So we watched
Thank you.
Are You Afraid of the Dark? Season 6, episode 3, I think.
3. Yeah.
Which is the tale of the virtual pets.
The tale of the virtual
pets.
So
I was digging really deep, which is also thematic for the episode, to find an episode of Are You Afraid of the Dark that was about a dog in some way, and all I found was pets, so I'm like, close enough.
On the next Are You Afraid of the Dark?
I'm Van from the Midnight Society, and I'll tell you the tale of the virtual pets. Are these kids using their computers, or are their computers using them?
This Saturday at 9:30, 8:30 Central, only in Slick.
And somehow you still nailed it. Also,
somehow
our curse has come around. If the movie is not supposed to be about a dog, there's dogs all over it. If it's about a dog, there's never a dog.
The Goosebumps episode was about the hero, Vandal, killing a werewolf. It was basically Bad Moon for kids.
Yeah.
And this was supposed to be about Tamagotchi.
And it's
about dogs.
But it's got dogs. I was going to say, so the Are You Afraid of the Dark also has its little intro, for those that are unfamiliar.
Like classic. Iconic.
Yes, a classic, iconic intro. I kind of like the R.L. Stine one more.
It's definitely more Hitchcock.
Yeah.
I would say in R.L. Stine. I don't think they did that on every episode of the show, though. That was special for the VHS versions, I want to say.
That might be true. I do remember the R.L. Stine intros, though. I remember watching
or if they did it as like a primetime special, maybe.
Maybe if it was the specials. Because that one was a special episode, because that was like the two-parter.
It was a special episode that was also aired as 2 episodes.
Yes, so that, it could be that. But what they do for Are You Afraid of the Dark is the setup is it's all told as ghost stories from kids around a campfire every episode. And so they have all these various characters that bring a story every week. And she's like, I
really like the format of Are You Afraid of the Dark. I think it's great.
I do still like it. I just, there's something about R.L. Stine's very dad vibe that just hit. I don't know what it was.
He has
really,
that
really well.
Stephen King feel to his writing for sure, for kids, I'd say,
Yeah, there's something charming about how it feels like he really, really cares about it in a way.
Mm-hmm.
Like you said, like he's somebody who very obviously has done a lot of work on like modifying horror to make it palatable to kids, but still keeping it alive as horror.
Whereas Are You Afraid of the Dark is more Hellraiser for kids.
Holy fucking shit. So, we didn't get so much into... Because that episode, The Werewolf of Fever Swamp, was like 45, 50 minutes.
45 minutes, yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, like, it was quite long, and it was a really slow burn for a lot of it. Like, there was a lot of mystery, a lot of, like, who isn't this? There's not a lot of spooky things that happen for a very long time. Like, Vandal attacks him about, like, 30-some minutes in? Like, it's
pretty
about
late,
30
yeah.
minutes. Yeah, actually, looking at my notes, it's about 30 minutes in that, like, Vandal actually even attacks him. And that's
Like,
not even a real
most
attack,
of
right?
what happens is in the last 10 minutes.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's all set up and, like, speculation and this kind of tension and, like, who is, who isn't, all this kind of stuff. This one goes, it's a tale of the virtual pets. Here's Tom. He's sitting at his computer and he has his pet dog, Digger. Fuck you. Fuck you that it's a dog. Fuck you that it's a virtual dog.
It's so funny, too, because, like, the intro around the campfire is also like, you know, them kids always be on their phones.
Yes.
When they could be playing baseball and going outside. And are you playing the computer, or is the computer playing you?
Well, and that's my tale. It's the tale of the virtual pet. Here's Tom on his computer.
Because he's just on his computer playing video games.
And Digger goes, feed me. And he goes, well, I don't know what to feed you. Feed me your brain! And then it immediately Hellraisers him. And it's like 20 seconds into the fucking episode.
It's such a cool visual, though. It's like this beam of light coming from
very
the computer onto a circle on his forehead. It looks so good.
Good.
I hate all this electronic stuff, you know?
It's good for what we want. I don't know that it's good. It is we said it at the time, very Hellraiser, or for me, especially like the purples and blues that it uses.
Yeah.
Very otherworldly colors. Very much like a From Beyond, which is the kind of like, H.P. Lovecraft. Stories.
It's very Lovecraftian.
Yeah.
The soundtrack for this is also very John Carpenter, as we were saying.
Extremely John Carpenter. It is just all like weird synth. It's such a great vibe.
So the computer Dig, which will never be a real thing, is DIGG.
God damn it.
It won't turn off. It's uploaded his brain into the mainframe.
Mm-hmm.
And then has taken over his body as a zombie of the computer.
Yes.
And it also gave him a cool Decepticon tattoo on his neck.
Yep, to let you know that he's now a digger.
He's evil, he's different.
He joined a gang.
He joined Dig, the gang. Joining gangs is so dangerous, especially computer gangs.
Yeah, don't go on.
Roaming computer gangs playing Pokemon and Digimon? No way.
Yeah. Do you remember when you went to school back in like the 90s and you would see somebody and be like, whoa, you can't go over there. That's Dig territory. I'm a Redditor. And
I guess.
I'm a Redditor. I'm sorry. I'm one of the Redditors. I can't go into Dig territory.
I'm still on news groups. I'm not used to this newfangled stuff. Like, what do you mean? So anyways, Tom, the kid, who gets his soul uploaded to the internet, I guess.
Online. He gets stolen online.
He starts giving out virtual pet copies of this Dig Dog.
Yes.
Dig Dog? I've heard of that video game.
It is Digger, is what they call it. It's Digger.
But he gives the virtual pets to all these kids at school. But one kid hates computers. She's basically just Sailor Moon.
Yes. She does not understand computer.
Her name is Kate. She likes pencils and books and writing. Not this newfangled computer shit.
God, why would you do all this computer stuff? It sucks. It's not like real life. She's a boomer. It's so good.
It's so good. So as Tom's giving out these toys to everybody, you just see people in school constantly looking at this screen, and it's like hypnotizing them because they can't
it's giving
look away.
Them pain or something. But they still can't look away for some reason.
Yeah, it makes them hurt, and they hate looking at it, but they keep looking at it, and then they'll try to go to bed at night, but it'll be near their bed, and then they just look at it.
And it gives them notifications. It has like a little red dot that'll like start blinking when you have something that's not red. And it's the most ridiculous, unbelievable thing imaginable. I mean, if I looked at a screen at night that was keeping me awake and causing me all kinds of problems in my real life and actual emotional and physical pain, I would just put it away and stop looking.
So then they go to their local Verizon store and they're like, hey, do you have the Torment Nexus? How much is it? And then the Torment Nexus sellers at the Verizon store are like, oh, it's free.
Here,
you could just have
another
one.
Torment Nexus. Don't worry. All it wants is to upload all of your information. That's the thing, is it is literally even going, well, the reason why it's doing this is so that it can upload your personal information, your personal data. And I'm like, God fucking damn it. It's both the most absurd, ridiculous, over-the-top garbage, and also way too prophetic.
Wait a minute.
Way too prophetic.
Wait a fucking minute. So, Kate's friend gets one of the virtual pets and is constantly just, like, eventually, slowly, corrupted by the thing.
Yeah.
As she initially just starts looking at, wow, it's a cute toy, and then it slowly makes her feel worse and worse every second she's looking at it.
Yeah, and Kate is like, just put that thing away, just go to bed. And then it shows her like, yeah, no, you're right, I should just leave it alone. And she puts it beside her bed. Like, we're not kidding. Because she puts it beside her bed, and then it has like a little red light on it that starts blinking. Like, it's like, oh, you need to feed me. Feed me, Seymour, feed me.
So, her friend's consciousness gets uploaded to the DigNet, I guess. And then this is kind of an Invasion of the Body Snatchers episode where they get replaced by zombie versions of the application that wants to take over humanity one by one, almost like a Shodan or something from...
Yeah, and they do it. I like that they kept what it is, because later on she's like, what are these things? Are they aliens? And they're like, we don't even know. And so it does kind of keep that Hellraiser, like... From Beyond, like Eldritch horror kind of vibe to it a little bit, because it doesn't ever actually feel like it's necessarily like an AI or an alien. Like, it's nothing easily explained. It's something unknowable in the computer doing this to them.
Yeah, very Lovecraftian.
Yeah,
sure.
It's funny that it's a Lovecraftian computer virus, essentially, but that's what it is. Yeah. So
eventually Kate hides in their basement hideout where they play World of Warcraft all day on the computer.
Yes, and she's like listening in on all their secret meeting.
And they're like, we're going to have to take over and upload all of humanity, and tomorrow we want 5 more, and I expect Kate to be one of them.
Dun, dun, dun.
So they leave, and then Kate walks up to the computer. She's like, I don't know what the fuck a computer is. I've never seen these fucking new things. I use pencils and shit.
Well, don't worry, the writers don't know how to computer either, because they're like, hey, the GIFs of her friends show up. These, like...
Yeah, the animated GIFs on the
100 pixel by
screens.
80 pixel versions of her friends are like, oh my god, we're trapped in computer, help us! And she has to try and pull out... They're like, pull the plug on computer! And she goes to grab the plug, and she goes, it hurts! It's burning me! The technology!
Not technology!
It must be protecting itself! And then it becomes tech support. They go, okay, whoa,
They
Kate,
do a live tech support session.
Kate, okay, listen. Do you know how to touch mouse? What's the mouse? Okay, so you need to... So it's the thing that's it's next to the keyboard. What's keyboard? Okay.
Oh my god.
All right. It's like a little object. It's got like a scroll wheel on it, and they kind of slowly explain mouse. And they're like, all right, do you have that? Yeah. All right. Now touch the Windows icon. What's the Windows icon? Okay, you should look in the bottom left-hand corner of your screen. Now try and hit one of those things. It says enter password. I don't know how to enter the password. Okay, so you see the keys on the keyboard? You need to hit those to type different things.
Like any key? Which key?
No, not the any key. You need to hit Control and Delete. Control and Delete?
It says invalid command. Enter security code. Click on anything. Keep on getting the same thing. Enter security code.
Try hitting Control Delete.
Huh?
On the keyboard, hit both keys at once.
Same thing. Enter security code. Nothing's working.
They have to explain to her that you have to hit 2 keys at once. It's so good. It's really, really good. That one, I think, did us both actual
I was
psychic
taking
damage.
so much
because
damage from that.
You
I was going,
you worked IT, right?
Yeah,
Because
yeah,
I've
I did.
worked IT. So yeah,
I fucking
we've
hate it.
both done the phone IT, and it was
I've also
miserable.
talked to an adult that I related to in my
Yes, yeah, of
current
course.
era, and then they're like, "Hey, you know computers?"
Oh god, yeah, it's very much that.
So anyway, they troubleshoot, and she can't get the password, so and she finally gets it, and it just reboots the computer.
Mhm.
So she's like, "Oh no, it rebooted. What do I do now?"
Oh no, it can't be stopped.
No, it's fine. We'll just overload its memory so that it crashes. You've crashed a computer before, right? You're great at that.
Yeah, we'll overload its memory by crashing it. How do
Now
they
I
do
need
that?
you to open the MS Paint program and the Word program. And then I need you to open this application. And after you open that application, let's open the video game, but set it to high settings so it uses more memory. And then choose advanced puzzles. Advanced puzzles use more CPU than simple puzzles.
That's not how you crash computer. How you crash computer is you grab the mirror off the wall, and then you go between the psychic otherworldly
The
link
laser
that it
beam.
has with its dilithium crystals, and you bounce the dilithium crystal beam back at computer. Duh. What are
And
you
it
talking
overloads
about,
the
you
upload
idiot?
stream using the mirror.
It's like you
This
never
is-
worked IT before.
This is all
I
because
think you were
she took-
lying.
She took her friend to a mirror maze at a fun house earlier in the movie. He's like, look, mirrors are so much cooler than computers. Then at the end, after she crashes it using the mirror beam
Yes.
from like Zelda.
Like, it's beaming it back at the screen of the
Yeah.
computer, which is so good.
It's so good. That's not how the screen isn't where
That's
the
how
fucking
computer
data
work.
comes.
Hey, look,
there's a
I don't think you worked IT, Boyks. This doesn't make any sense. I'm pretty sure that screen is where computer live.
but I love her line. Kate's like, now that's how you crash a computer.
Yes. Yeah. Well, and it melts. It like melts into a pile of
Melts it.
goo.
And then afterwards, like one of the Tamagotchis survived. You're like, oh, the Tamagotchi's still around. It could still get us. Oh
And
my
it's
god!
like making a little beep noise
Yeah.
kind of thing, and it's like obviously the stinger of the episode.
Yep. But then Kate
Except-
comes by and just steps on it. It's like, no, fuck computers. Stop all the download.
And she saved us from the Torment Nexus. I'm glad that nobody else ever made a technology like that we'd have to look at our phones all the time. Wait, phone.
Yeah, phone. No, we're talking about the
We're talking about Tamagotchi. We're
DIGGER app. It's different.
God, can we
Yeah.
talk for half a second about
Can
how
they not
smooth
call
that
it
dog
that?
is? Yeah,
Oh, that dog
also,
is.
yeah, that sounds
also,
like a
first,
slur.
don't call it that. Second of all, yeah, the animated dog they used is it's very early '90s. You know,
Smooth dog.
the PlayStation can produce mind-boggling effects. I don't know if you know this, but this episode had Decepticons. It had invasions of the Body Snatcher. It had uploading your soul to the internet. It had everything.
It was a ride.
It was fucking unhinged episode.
This one was a strap yourselves in like fucking roller coaster the entire time. The other one was such a nice slow burn, and then this one was just like, all right, we're gonna just throw you off this cliff.
I don't know if this is representative of Are You Afraid of the Dark as a whole, but as a very fun, quick paced episode, it was just fun.
Yeah.
It was very stupid.
It was very stupid. It was a very
Yeah.
wild one to watch from a modern perspective because it's like a Dare episode, right? Like where drugs
It's almost
are...
like that. Yeah, it was about like gangs and drugs because they were talking about it being addicting to be on your phone, and that can't be real.
No, obviously not. But like it has that vibe in that it is so over the top in its scaremongering, but also not understanding the basics of it. Like, not understanding how to unplug computer, because they're just like, just unplug any part of it and that'll crash computer. And it's like, that's not how computer works.
All right, I unplugged the keyboard. Now
Yeah,
what?
like it's all things like that. Like it's, and like the crystal to crash it. Like there's a bunch of ridiculous things like that involved in it. But then from a modern perspective, the idea of a computer program stealing all of your personal data to upload it to some
and then using an
ethereal
algorithm
thing,
to addict you to it.
yes, is way too on the nose. And so it's both
Yeah.
it is both things at the same time. It's something that does not at all understand the technology involved and doesn't get it and is way too much of a scaremongering thing, except somehow it's basically all true.
Somehow it wrapped all the way back around.
Yeah, it like overflowed into no, it's real, and it was a very weird vibe and really, really funny to watch because of that, when it wasn't actively dealing psychic damage on a primal level to both of us.
It's great. Well, anyway, I guess that's this episode.
We gotta rate some dogs.
Rough Cuts. We have multiple dogs.
We got a lot of dogs.
We have Vandal from the Goosebumps episode. Vandal is cool as fuck.
Vandal's the best dog.
And that dog
like
is so excited to be there. It's a German Shepherd, right?
I was gonna say it's like a I think that it might be a Black Lab German Shepherd cross because
Could be, yeah.
It was darker coloring than most German Shepherds, but very much like it definitely had German Shepherd in it.
It was so
Some
excited
kind of
to be
shepherd.
there.
It was
like
so fucking happy all the time. That was a farm dog.
That was absolutely a farm dog. That dog loved giving kisses. It loved pets. It loved snacks. It killed the shit out of that fucking
bunny.
werewolf.
And the bunny? Vandal
Did it
was
kill the
just
bunny? I don't think it
might
killed the
have.
bunny.
We don't know.
Maybe
it did.
I would give that's very easily a 6.66 out of 10 dog for me.
Oh yeah, no, that's a killer dog out of 10. Absolutely.
Yeah. The werewolf, which I guess was Will.
Yes.
In that episode. I think Will is we don't get many of them scientist types out of 10 for me.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Look, he's a spooky gas station attendant out of 10.
Mm-hmm.
God, he was so the last old man on the road where it's like nobody goes up to Witch Manor anymore. That's the spooky place.
We found out looking this up by the kid that played Grady was also Krampus in Silent Night. Or whatever, or Violent Night. I think it was Violent Night. One of the newer horror movies, Christmas horrors, which I think is great.
Yes, yeah, he ends up being a B-movie horror villain.
That's great.
Later on in life,
I love that.
Is really good.
Okay, and then the Virtual Pets episode. I guess the dog.
I do want to mention actually just one last second.
Oh yeah.
All of the child actors in the first one, in particular, like in the Goosebumps.
Oh
episode,
yeah, the Goosebumps episode.
Fantastic. Like Grady as like we talked about Will being really good as the spooky old gas station attendant, but Grady being like this like slowly psychically degrading child with like a fever constantly getting worse is really good. Like he's really losing his mind over the course of that episode. It's fantastic.
It was just a really well put together episode.
It really
in
was.
General, yeah. Okay, Are You Afraid of the Dark? We have the DIGGER app.
Yes.
I don't know how to rate this app, but it makes me feel uncomfortable that this app exists in real life somehow. Did somebody make the Torment Nexus after watching Are You Afraid of the Dark?
Is that why we're here?
Is that happened?
God, did Elon Musk and Jack from Twitter and stuff all just watch an Are You Afraid of the Dark episode and now we have to blame them for it?
Maybe?
I'm gonna rate this as a Tamagotchi that you've left too long, so it's just pooped everywhere.
It's just pooping everywhere.
Out of 10. Pooping everywhere.
I'm gonna rate this as a Digimon you left alone for too long, and it pooped everywhere out of 10.
No, Digimon are way worse. Digimon are freaks.
Anyway, a perfect spooky month content.
These
are great. I think these also hold up really well, and I would suggest a rewatch, honestly, of these series from what I've seen.
Wildly different vibes between the two episodes, but both very good in very different ways.
Yeah.
Like, the second one was a lot cheesier, but no less fun for it, if that makes sense.
But anyway, if you want things that are also fun, like more episodes of Rough Cuts, and also cheesy, you can support us on Patreon. I did purchase a tape for this episode and also a VCR that we have to record it, as well as other equipment. We do uploading of these episodes to host them online for your favorite podcast network.
Yeah.
So everything that you help support us with is something that we appreciate.
Pretty much just goes right back into the podcast. So
Yep.
we do really appreciate all the help and support. We wouldn't have done this for God.
Don't think about time.
Six years?
Too long. But anyway, you can also follow us on Blue Sky at Rough Cuts. You can email us at roughcutscast@gmail.com if you have any feedback, cool fan art, if you're a director,
ideas or suggestions.
if you're R.L. Stein.
If you have like movies that you really, really wanted to see us cover.
Yep. We also have a list on Letterboxd now, I guess, of all the episodes that we've gone through with ratings. If you want to check that out and you're just not sure of what we've seen or don't know what episode to watch, there you go.
This is a Boyks endorsed list. I don't know about it that much, but I trust
I'm sure my ratings are accurate and I wouldn't lie for a joke.
I trust you have not been unfair to any of them.
Yeah. And that's
you've never trapped anybody with a horrible dog movie. Not even once.
Never once. Anyway, I'm gonna look at my screen for a moment. It's very bright and it makes me feel bad.
I don't know what I want for an intro here.
We can start recording. Did
you hear the story? Okay, yeah. Actually, yeah.
It's the story of the podcast.
God damn it!
The dog dimension.
Hey, listen. You can't fucking immediately brain connect to me through our Digger apps. You cannot upload. You cannot upload directly to my brain and know the intro that I was going to do. That's bullshit.